All right, so 19. The first thing you want to do in 19, just so I don't have to write it twice, is you're going to subtract the equation over. So it's going to be log of 2x plus 1. And the other log you're going to subtract over, so it'll be minus log of x minus 2. And then it will be equal to 1. I know a lot of these are pretty hard, so don't get discouraged if you can't do all of them. All right, so from this point, we have subtraction, so we're going to bring it together and make it a division problem. 2x plus 1 over x minus 2 equals 1. Now from this point, we've got a log equals a number, so we're going to put it into exponential form. There's an invisible 10 right here, so we're going to do 10 to the first power. That's what comes over here, equals 2x plus 1 over x minus 2. Now from this point, we got to solve for x. So we're going to, anytime you have an x in the bottom of a fraction, you generally want to get rid of it. We're going to multiply both sides by x minus 2. And then distribute this. So we get 10x minus 20 equals 2x plus 1. And then it's just going to be like a algebra 1 equation. We'll take the x's to this side, the numbers to that side. We get 8x over here when we subtract 2x. Add the 20, we get 21. And then divide by 8, so we get 21 over 8. 19. The next one is 21. So I'll do the same on this one. The first step is going to be to combine those, and it's addition, so we're going to multiply. So we're going to log 2, x plus 7 times x plus 8 equals 1. Okay. And then we're going to take it to exponential form. So it's going to be 2 to the first power. This is our base there. A lot of people are just kind of forgetting that part and just doing like setting this equal. You can't do that again. You have 2 to the first, because this one doesn't have a log to it. And then this part, we're going to FOIL this out. When you FOIL it, you'll get x squared plus 7x and 8x gives you 15x. And then plus 56. And then from this point, you're going to want to move the 2 over instead of equal to 0. X squared plus 15x plus 54 is 0. And then we want to factor that. So you're getting a numbers that multiply to give you 54 and add to give you 15, which would be what? Yeah, 9 and 6, x plus 6, x plus 9. And then solve each of these and get x equals negative 6. X equals negative 9. Now we need to check and see if either of those or both will work. Yeah, only x equals negative 6. So when you plug them in, and I don't have the original equation up there, but so when you plug it in, only the negative 6 will work and be a positive inside the loss. Okay, the next one, was it 25 was the next one you want to see? Are we good with 23? Okay, let's do 25. 25, oh yeah, this is the natural log one. That's kind of, this one's pretty hard. The main thing on these is if you can at least get it to the simplifying part. Maybe you're struggling with the algebra 2 part, that's okay. And make sure you can use the log property as well. So here's 25. Our first thing to do is to bring these together. It's addition, so it's going to be multiplication. It will be x times x plus 2 equals 4. Okay, now from there we have to take it to exponential form, and we got to remember that natural log is the same thing as log e. Right? So this becomes e to the 4th. That's our little imaginary number there. E to the 4th equals, and then this gets distributed, x squared plus 2x. And then e to the 4th is just a number, so we're just going to subtract it over like we would normally do. This is like going to be our c. It'll be x squared plus 2x minus e to the 4th equals 0. And then you're obviously going to struggle to factor that. So then what we'll do is the quadratic formula from here. This is our a is 1, b is 2, and then the c is the negative e to the fourth. So with the quadratic formula, it's going to be negative b, so negative 2, plus or minus square root b squared, so that's 2 squared, minus 4 times a of 1 and c of negative e to the fourth, all over 2 times a, just 1. All right, and then we're going to do a little simplifying in here first before we get the answer. Negative 2 plus or minus. This is 4. And we got 2 negatives, so it's going to become a plus. 4 times 1 times e to the fourth will be 4e to the fourth over 2. Now what you could do from here then is just go ahead and plug them into your calculator. You could do negative 2 plus square root of 4 plus 4 e to the fourth. Got that 2. So when we do the plus 1, we get 6.456. And if we do the minus 1, if we just go up and switch it to minus, do it to minus, it's probably going to be a number that doesn't work, but we'll double check just to make sure. And we get negative 8.456. And the negative's not going to work because you can't put a negative into the logarithm. So this would be our answer here. 6.4. Did anybody try to simplify this root at all? You could actually simplify that. Okay. Did anybody try to simplify that at all? You actually can, if you want to try to do that. Notice how these both have a 4. So what you could do with this root is you could write as the square root of 4 times 1 plus e to the fourth. With that. And then you could pull out the 4, so it would actually be 2 square root of 1 plus e to the fourth. And then so our equation would be negative 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 1 plus e to the fourth over 2. And then all the 2's actually cancel. And so you get negative 1 plus the square root of 1 plus e to the fourth. Which I don't expect you to get that answer, but you technically actually have the skills to do that if you remember all your algebra stuff. What was the next one somebody wanted to see? 31? That one. Okay, 31. So 31 has these 2 logs on both sides, and they're log-based a's. What you're going to do is combine them on each side. I'm not going to write out the whole problem just because it's a bit long. But you're going to combine them both on each side. So on the left side, that's minus, you're going to do division. It'll be x minus 1 over x plus 6. And then we'll do the same on the right side. It's log base a. Combine those, it's minus again. So it'll be x minus 2 over x plus 3. So that's just your first combining step there. And then since you got the same log base, it doesn't even matter that we don't know what it is, it's just an a. Since they're the same, they sort of cancel, right? And you can just set the insides equal. So we then just have x minus 1 over x plus 6 equals x minus 2 over x plus 3. And what would we do from this point? Say that again? Okay, and also do the x plus 3 as well, right? So we can even just make a little simplified version of that, just cross multiply, really, right? X minus 1 times x plus 3 equals x minus 2 times x plus 6. do that. And then we have to FOIL those out. So this gives you x squared. We get a 3x and a minus 1x gives us 2x. And then a minus 3. Here gets x squared plus 6 and minus 2. There's a plus 4. And then minus 12. All right, now what? Yeah, cancel out the x squareds. Because you can just subtract one over, right? Cancel. And then let's move the x's to one side. Let's take the x's over here because there's more. So we can subtract 2x over. And then add the 12 to this side. So we get 9 on this side and 2x on this side. And then so x is 9 halves, 4.5. Alright, so we're going to do, if you're not done yet, that's fine. We're going to do a Kahoot though, and it's easier versions of all this.